I probably don't need to tell you that New York City is one of the wealthiest places on earth. There are hundreds of thousands of millionaires in this city, and even a few dozen billionaires, some of whom own apartments in those high-rise residential towers behind me. But just a few train stops away from here, there's a very different reality that's also part of New York City. All right, we just got off the 2 train here at 149th Street and 3rd Avenue, an area known as the Hub in the South Bronx. And you know, 40 years ago, this was one of the most dangerous neighborhoods in America. Since then, the turnaround has been remarkable, with new investment, new housing, and economic opportunities. And yet still, this congressional district has the highest poverty rate of any district in the United States. And we're about to go talk to some people who are trying to change that.
My name is Allison Crawford. I'm CEO at Room to Grow, a nonprofit organization. We work with families with children aged 0 to 3. And welcome to our new flagship location in the South Bronx. We are currently building it out and opening our doors in January 2020. We do 3 primary things: parent support and coaching, material goods for the babies. So that includes books, toys, clothing, and equipment. And then the third thing we do is make connections to outside resources. So whether a family is facing food insecurity or housing insecurity, we try to make connections that work so that we're able to support long-term family system stability.
What's the biggest challenge raising kids in this community?
The drugs. Oh gosh.
Trying to find a good school here is terrible.
My commute is the hardest part of my day.
What's the easiest part of your day? What's the best part of your day?
Coming home, getting back home, which is not easy as well.
You know, some of us don't have the privilege of having people support us. Some of us don't have the privilege of having, you know, the financial needs to have a child, and that happens a lot within this community.
Most of the people are living on minimum wage, so you don't see that increase in income. It doesn't match the living expenses that comes with living in New York. I mean, not just in the Bronx, but in New York City as a whole.
It does suck that in the beginning of my life, if I had just a little bit more money, my kids' life would have been a lot easier and my life would have been a lot easier. But then at the same time, it builds such resiliency inside of me and in my kids.
I don't hear people that I live around in the Bronx talking about buying buildings. People are kind of just looking for a place to lay their head.
I think that everyone that you see walking around here is fighting to get those opportunities. And, you know, hopefully, you know, that's part of what Room to Grow does. Like, they're giving our kids and us as parents the opportunity to not be another statistic.
The level of national self-reflection that it would take for us to really move the needle on macro inequality is something I can't imagine in my lifetime, unfortunately. But I have hope, because there are definitely pockets of thinking about this that very brilliant people are doing, and there's good work on the ground, like what we're doing here at Room to Grow. And the more that we can incorporate the community's voice as we amplify these issues, the better.
If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Do you think that's still true?
It is. If you make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. That's true.
Oh yeah, I think we're built strong and resilient. I feel like, I mean, there's challenges everywhere, but it's just like over here is an everyday thing.
Yeah, it's super unfair that those people over there on the other side have more and can do more with their money, but the people on this side are so much more resilient.
If you could go through all those things and having to take care of a child, being a parent, go to school, go to work, and survive in New York City, you could survive anywhere else.